if you want to know more about Pinterest as a source of traffic to your links, then this video is for you. I'm Sophie, and a week ago I started a 30-day Pinterest traffic challenge, and I decided to record my progress on this YouTube channel and share in a weekly video how it's going and show you what I'm doing so that you can do it too. If you watch this video until the end, you'll know how to set up a Pinterest account, how to get started with Pinterest the right way, and how to start publishing boards and pins that are already getting traffic. Just before I share this with you, I do want to say I'm doing this live with a group of people, and if you want to join us, you're very welcome. There is a link that you can click to the Pinterest course and challenge in the description of this video. But for now, we're going to dive straight into it. I'm going to take you to the world of Pinterest. So this is what Pinterest looks like when you go to it. And I have set up a Pinterest account. So I'm actually using this challenge to see if I can drive traffic to my second YouTube channel called Easy and Gluten Free, and see if I can increase the traffic to that channel, because it's still a very small channel, and also start monetizing that channel. For the moment, I make $0 from that channel. This is why I've created an account that's called Easy and Gluten Free, and it is leading to my YouTube channel here. So the first thing I did as part of this challenge was I created this account, and it is a business account. So when you go to Pinterest, you have to create an account and create a business account. That's the first step. The second step on day 2 was to create my profile. So I had to put a profile picture of myself. I had to give myself a good name for Pinterest, and I also had to fill in this very short description. Now, I was advised as part of the challenge to make this keyword friendly, and I wasn't quite sure how to do that, so I asked AI to help me craft a good bio. And after I'd crafted my own bio, I asked AI to give me a good prompt that my audience could use to get AI to help them craft their own bios. So feel free to pause the video at this stage and copy this prompt. I've sent it to the people who are doing the live challenge with me. But there you go. This is a fairly long prompt, but long prompts work really well with AI. So I'll let you copy this, and then it goes on all the way down to here. There you go. So that was my day 2 homework done. And then on day 3, I had to go and hunt for keywords in my niche. This was actually quite easy and really good fun. I had to find general keywords, related keywords, and then more specific sub-niche keywords and trending keywords. So I searched for all these keywords and I put them in this nice spreadsheet. Now you might be wondering how I found these keywords. Well, what I did was I went to Pinterest, to the home feed, and I started to search. So I searched for gluten-free recipes. And then once you search for something like that on Pinterest, it gives you other things that people interested in gluten-free recipes are also searching for. So this gives me an idea of other related keywords. And then I looked, when I type gluten-free recipes, what other keywords turn up here. And you can do the same, like if you do gluten-free recipes breakfast and then you click on the search bar, you will see other related keyword search phrases. Now, obviously, I selected the ones that spoke to me because I've already got a YouTube channel with some published content. I picked the ones that I have content on, so that people are searching for, and I actually have content that I can publish that people will want to find. Now, you also saw in that spreadsheet I had trending keywords. Now, for trending keywords, it's a bit different. What you do is you go to Pinterest and you go to the business hub, and here you can look at this, view trends. Now, because I'm based in Switzerland, it's automatically selected my region, but I can actually change this. So I changed this to Great Britain and Ireland because this is more the people I'm speaking to when I'm talking about gluten-free food and recipes. So then you used to go here and you click here, interests, and then you can select something such as health or food and drinks. Okay, and then you can already see what is trending in these interests. Then you can fine tune it and put some keywords in. So for instance, for me, I would put gluten free. So then it gives me what's trending at the moment. And this really gave me, in about 15 minutes of research, I had all this big spreadsheet with all these general keywords, related keywords, trending keywords, more niche specific keywords. Honestly, it was easy to do, quite fast and quite good fun. So after I'd done that on day 4, I had to start creating, because up to day 4, all this was completely empty and white. There was nothing there. But then on day 4, I created some boards. So the mission for day 4 in this challenge was to create between 5 to 10 boards from these keywords that I had identified in day 3. Now that was very easy to do because I know which keywords are doing well, so I now know what people are searching for. So it was very easy to have an idea for 5 to 10 boards. That was not the problem. The problem came with when I created the first board, the challenge also said, well, don't leave the boards empty. Make sure that you put some pins in the boards, because Pinterest doesn't like a bunch of empty boards on a Pinterest profile. So the very first board that I created was my gluten-free bread recipes board. And so I thought, well, I've got to put some pins with my bread recipes on this board. But obviously, when you create the board, you've got to put a description of the board, which has to be keyword rich. So I asked Claude AI to help me with that. That was quite straightforward, but it still took a little bit of time. And then for each pin that you create, you've got to make an image that obviously has to be visually appealing. And then look at this. If I click on this, then obviously I've put a description, I've put a title that's also got to be keyword rich, and a description that's also keyword rich. So the first pin took me quite a while to create, maybe 20 minutes, even with a Canva template. After that, I got a little bit faster. But by the time I had my 5 pins on my first board, I thought there is no way I can do 10 boards with 5 pins on each in one day. I mean, it would have taken me the whole day. So I thought that bit of the challenge was a little bit unrealistic, because day 4 it says create 5 to 10 boards, put 5 pins on each of these boards, and then you're done for the day. And they make it sound as though that's really easy, but actually it's not really easy. I mean, I say they make it sound, but this is actually a challenge that I've set up and that I'm sending to people. So I'm making it sound, but it is a challenge that I bought from somebody else, and I have the right to resell it. And I'm following along myself and discovering that maybe I'm going to modify the day 4 email, because I think it's unrealistic to be posting to create 10 boards with 5 pins in each. But anyway, what I did, I thought, okay, I'm going to get as much done as I can, but I'm going to be realistic with my time and my strength. So on day 4, I just created these 2 boards, gluten-free bread recipes and easy gluten-free desserts. And I created the pins, and that was it. And now I'm creating the 3rd board, and I'm going to create 5 pins for that board, and so on and so forth. And I've set myself a challenge that I will just create 1 board with 5 pins every single day. That way, the next 8 days, I've got my 10 boards. And that's just a little tip that I learned from the challenge and also from Claude AI. And that is, don't just create a bunch of boards and have them empty. Create a board, put some pins on there, and then create the second one. If you don't have any pins on your own, then you can pin other people's pins on your boards. But apparently Pinterest doesn't like it if you just do that, if you just have boards with everybody else's pins and none of your own. So now that I've shown you what I've set up, you're probably wondering, am I already getting traffic from these pins? And the short answer is I have no clue yet. It's really early days. I actually set up the boards and the first pins like nearly 48 hours ago. So it's too early to tell. I can see I have some views, I have some impressions, but does this translate into traffic to my YouTube channel? I cannot tell yet. Now, next week, I'll make another updated video and we'll see. I'll have more boards, more pins and more analytics, more statistics by then. So we'll see if I start getting traffic to my links. And obviously, I'm going to share everything I learned along the way. So next week, I'll have another summary of what I did and how you can do it too. One thing I particularly love about Pinterest, I'll tell you, is that you have to put a link to an external site or an external page. Now, for me as a marketer who is used to sending people either to an affiliate link or to a product of my own, I've been very used to being very careful about sharing my links. And there's always this sort of doubt in my mind, you know, if I'm in a Facebook group, am I allowed to share a link or not? If I post on Facebook, I try not to post the link in the Facebook post because Facebook doesn't like it. Even on YouTube, YouTube likes it better if I put a link to another video and if I don't lead people outside of the platform. Right? So my default position is, I don't really want to send people from this platform to an external site. The fun thing with Pinterest is that's the whole point. So you pin these images, you tell people about something, and the whole point is to send people to an external website, whether it's an actual website, whether it's just a page like a landing page for a lead magnet, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's a particular YouTube video, or whether it's a sales page of a product that you're an affiliate for. So you're allowed to do that. In fact, you have to do that, right? Each pin has to lead to an external website. So that is actually really refreshing for me because I don't have this sort of anxiety of, oh, this is a link, where do I put it? Is it compliant? Blah, blah, blah. I have Pinterest's blessing to post my links, and that's really cool. We'll see next week what happens to these links. Do I get many clicks on them? Do I get increased traffic? I'm tracking it and I'll share everything with you next week. Stay tuned, obviously, if you want to follow along the journey and do it yourself. If you enjoy this content and find it useful, the free, super simple way that you can support my work is by hitting the like and the subscribe button. You might think it doesn't count, but actually it makes a huge difference. It means the world to me and it helps this channel grow, which really helps me create better content for you. And if you want to catch the first video of this challenge, just watch this video next. Bye for now.